All right. Continuing on with the little detour I'm taking from the Young Guns uh, videos. I'm a little tired. Last night I was really angry because my TV, there was no sound coming out of it. I put in a movie and there was no sound. They were talking in the movie, but I couldn't hear them. Uh, it worked when I plugged in my headphones into the TV. I could hear the sound then with the headphones, but then I unplugged the headphones and there was no sound. So I was very angry. I was just wanted to eat before I go into bed, and it would not work, and I was very irritated. And I tried a bunch of things, and I don't know what I did to fix it, but it just fixed it. It just got fixed, but I don't know what exactly I did. So I'm very glad that I can hear uh, sound from my TV again. I was just very angry that I wasted an hour trying to fix it. Anyway, so in one of my Young Guns videos, I was talking about euphemisms, and I thought of some more euphemistic words that most people use uh, when referring to the dead animals that they are eating. Oh, I didn't write it down here. There's another one. There's another one that I remembered. I didn't write it down. Uh, so I find it interesting that I mentioned before. I found it interesting that most people, they have words where that they use to describe some of these animals that it's it's like it's a completely separate word from what the animal is. Like the animal when they're still alive, there's that name, and they people continue to use the name for that animal. Like, okay, so like chicken and fish, that name doesn't change when it's like when they're cut up and their body is cut up and turned into like a sandwich. The object from the once living animal, still the same word: turkey sandwich, fish sandwich. So I just think that's interesting that people don't need to find a different word. Uh, like with chicken, the word doesn't change. I find that interesting because if it were a dead cow, well then we got to use a different word. We got to call that sandwich a beef sandwich. Or if that's a dead pig sandwich, well, we got to change that. We can't leave it at dead pig sandwich. We got to change it to pork sandwich. So I just found that interesting. I know there's the word poultry, but I've never heard anyone say they're having a poultry sandwich. Uh, there's the word mutton. For a long time, I didn't know what that was. Pretty sure that's lamb. So there's another word that a euphemism. Got to change the word because we don't want to say we're having a lamb sandwich. Although I can imagine some people saying that. Uh, it's not too common in the United States, but I think it's common in the United Kingdom and uh, probably Australia, New Zealand, and probably elsewhere, like in Europe. Mutton. Yep, that's a dead lamb. Some more euphemisms. Uh, these are very common ones. Uh, Burger, sausage, and steak. So most people, they use these words, and there's a total disconnect from the fact that these were once living animals. They just turned into objects. A burger, a steak, and a sausage. Yep. There's obviously plant-based versions of these food types. Uh, but most people, when they hear these words, mainly burger and sausage, like there's plant-based burgers and sausages, but I've never heard of a plant-based steak. But mainly when people hear these words, it's assumed that these are from dead animals. But because if they're plant-based, you would need to add plant-based to the front of these words: plant-based burger, plant-based sausage, because it's assumed that if they are burgers, sausages, or steaks, they are from dead animals. So most people, they need these euphemisms to use these words to describe these dead animal parts. It's really sad. I remember I remember a while ago, Earthling Ed was talking about uh, the government was, well, the dairy industry was trying to prevent plant-based milks from calling their products milk because it's not from a cow. And I saw an article online that they're, because I think that was just UK news, but then I saw recently they're doing that in the dairy industry in the United States, uh, going through the same thing. I think I saw that it was finalized, like the dairy industry won that argument that plant-based milks can't be called milk because they're not from a cow. So I thought that was interesting news. And Earthling Ed made the comment about, well, if you're going to use that argument, why do we call peanut butter? Why do we call that peanut butter? Why don't we call it peanut spread? Like, if you're going to have an issue with plant-based milks, because we've been calling peanut butter that for a long time. We've been using peanut butter, the term peanut butter, for a long time. Because usually, if it's just butter, that's a dairy product. So it's funny that the dairy industry doesn't have a problem with peanut butter, but they do have a problem with the plant-based milks. I don't even know. I love peanut butter, but I haven't had peanut butter in a long time because there's a lot of extra protein in there that I don't need, and fat. Because you don't want to have too much protein because it's bad for your kidneys, and you don't want to have too much fat because it's bad for your whole body. I've heard freely mention about the peanuts being rancid in peanut butter, but it tastes good. I still do have some nuts, usually Brazil nuts or walnuts, because they're They don't have salt on them. Alright, I guess I got another thing I was going to talk about, but I guess that can wait for another video.